Now, Agnes, we had some worried listeners of WKMP the other day, wondering if you really said that bean poem to Eleanor Roosevelt.
Nah, I was just kidding around, but I wish I had heard this song. B&M, New England treat, beans and bread I love to eat.
Sure, our sponsor, B&M Beans, wishes you did too. Let's go now to our final installment of The Fredonian Princess, a Knapowitz sister's story.
Last time, the Knapowitz sisters had...
Oh, let me just fill them in. Chauncey and Sally were going to get married, but then Mother was going to have him sign this terrible paper that would take away all his money, so
we both told him the truth, and that's where we are, still in the church.
You better work this out before the wedding. I'm leaving for a baptism.
There isn't going to be a wedding now.
You lied to me, my peach pie?
No, I lied to you and made her keep up the story.
And now it's all ruined. We could have taken all his money.
What?
If he had signed that paper, all his money would have been transferred to you. You silly girl.
What money?
Everything you own as Duke of Flan.
What's so funny?
My dukedom is bankrupt. I have a small parcel of land in my country with a tiny cottage and a lot of debt from my unlucky ancestors. That is why I'm in America, to work and pay it off.
No money? I'm out of here. Goodbye, girls.
No money?
Of course not. I was marrying for love.
You knew?
Yeah, Chauncey told me all about his troubles when we went on our first date. But, Chauncey dearest, I'm so sorry I led you on about being a princess. Fredonia is a small town where I grew up.
No orphans?
I'm sure there are, but I've never helped any. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, what do we do now?
I still want to marry you, Sally.
You do?
You weren't marrying me for my money, and I certainly wasn't marrying you for your title, fake one though it was. I still love you, and if you don't mind waiting for me to work off my mortgage, we can have a lovely little cottage in Flan to live in.
Tiny cottage?
Oh, Chauncey, yes, I still do! My big dude brother seems happy. Your dudette sister, too.
I suppose that is what's important. So, you're from California?
Yeah.
Maybe going out west would be good for all of us. I heard there are lots of financial opportunities.
Sure thing. I could probably find all of you jobs.
What do you do besides surf?
I'm the groundskeeper for the local orphanage.
And the Knapowitz sisters are off to their next mess. Adventure.
What a great story. I loved it.
Stay tuned next week for a whole new Knapowitz adventure in sunny California.
I can't wait.
And now WKMP brings you a special broadcast from our president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Our sponsor, B&M Baked Beans, thanks you for tuning in to Radio WKMP.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. Indeed, 1 hour after Japanese air squadrons had commenced bombing in the American island of Oahu, the Japanese ambassador to the United States and his colleagues delivered to our Secretary of State a formal reply to a recent American message. And while this reply stated that it seemed useless to continue the existing diplomatic negotiations, it contained no threat or hint of war or of armed attack. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense, but always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.